Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the woods. Today I'm on the Mount Langdon Trail. Main objective is to hit Mount Parker and find a place to spend the night. I've got to keep an eye on the weather. Driving in, clouds looked a little bit iffy, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then I've also got some secondary objective, which would be to get up to Mount Resolution, but got a little bit of a late start, so I'm not sure if we're going to make it up to Resolution today. First things first though, gonna put my head down, cover some miles, gain some elevation, and get up to Mount Parker. It's really pleasant hiking amongst all these leaves. Those sticks get old after a while. So far, gradual, steady incline, no issues with that. Total pack weight today, 22 pounds. That's with 1.7 liters of water. Man. So green. So the last couple weeks I've been hiking along the coast and it's been great, you know, 7 to 10 mile days, 1,000 to 1,700 feet of elevation, which isn't much. First overnight in the Whites this summer, and yeah, we're gonna put about 3,000 feet of elevation in about 3.5 miles. So as to be expected, got my butt kicked on that incline, but that's what we're here for. You put your head down, you keep moving, and you'll get there. And as the summer goes on, that only gets easier. So we're getting close to the intersection here with Mount Parker. I think we made good time. 12:45, so a little less than an hour. Really cool. First trillium of the year for me. Oh, there's another one. All right, so we've reached our intersection here. The plan remains shoot up to Mount Parker, see what happens next. Keeping an eye on those clouds and that wind, but definitely main objective right now, get up to Mount Parker. Look at this. There's even switchbacks. I haven't seen switchbacks since Colorado. We'll take it. Well, we are plugging away. Can see some views starting to open up behind me through the trees. So we're getting up there. I saw 2 cars at the trailhead when I started, and I saw 2 groups on their way down. Nobody's staying overnight, so we could have the place to ourselves out here. I'm getting excited. It's been a long time since I've got any really great White Mountain views. Oh, look at that. So amazing. It's definitely windy up here. I'm not camping up here tonight. I don't know the mountains well enough to start rattling them off, but you can see a lot. I mean, I gotta know that's Washington there in the clouds. There's plenty of area to walk around up here and get views from multiple directions. And with the clouds up here right now, the light looks so good. It feels good to be back in the mountains. I've got to decide if I want to make it over to Mount Resolution. It's almost 2 o'clock now. So the question is, do I want to go there? I think the best thing to do is to just sit, take a minute, assess the situation, pull down a weather forecast, see what's going on. I get too excited when I hit these summits. Not bad. Street taco. All right, so as threatening as those clouds look overhead, And they do look threatening from here. It looks like a wall of cloud. The forecast says we're clear for the rest of the night. It's about 2 miles out to this south little knob of resolution that I wanted to hit. I'm gonna save the rest for another trip. But if I could at least get out there, that would give me another 4 miles round trip and make me feel like I've got, you know, a good workout in today. I feel like I just got started. I usually don't start this late in the day. I'm usually well into my trek at this hour. So I think I'm gonna push on a little bit. 2 o'clock now. We'll keep an eye on the time, keep an eye on the skies. I'm gonna get moving. Just because the weather forecast says it's clear, I'm not just going to rely on that. My gut's telling me that, I don't know, be wary of this cloud. It is ominous, like those things look mean. But we'll see how it goes. We can always turn around and beeline it to camp. No real set plan. It's the beauty of backpacking. You've got everything you need right here. First objective complete. So if you are going to head to Resolution after Parker, right when you get off the summit, you drop loads of elevation. It probably feels like more than it is. Some flat sections, but there's definitely some drops. And in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, I gotta climb up that on the way back. So this section of trail is smooth sailing. Honestly, like no blowdowns, no duff in the way. Like it's a cruisy trail. Making quick work of this. It's been a half an hour, a little more than halfway. Kind of get a little view of where we're headed, right up there. Well, we must be getting close. Wind's picking up, temps are dropping, and we're climbing. So that can only mean one thing. We're getting close to a view. So I just came to this little intersection. If I continue straight, that brings me to the true summit of Resolution. This little offshoot will take me to my objective, which is just a waypoint for, I believe it's just a view. I could just run up there real quick, but I kind of want to save that for another day and another trip. So I might just hold off on that. I think the route that I've done today is pretty darn good for my first trip in the whites this season. So just gonna follow this and see what kind of view we get. I mean, if we get no view out here, no reason why we shouldn't. It's labeled as a lookout. Then I'll go to the other one, but yeah, let's just see how this is. I got a feeling it'll be kind of tasty. You know what'll be nice too is we'll be able to see Mount Parker. I always like seeing where we came from. It's nice to see progress. Oh, one more little climb, huh? Ah, fine. Oh yeah. Really nice. So that would probably be Resolution behind me. These clouds really haven't moved in too much, but they definitely don't look good. This is a nice spot. I'm glad I came here. This was worth checking out, if you catch my drift. Very cool. Perfect. Wow, which direction does this face? This could be Milky Way heaven out here. Just gonna go explore over here real quick, and then I gotta get off here. It just keeps luring you in. Oh my goodness gracious. Huh. This is incredible. These views are incredible. Oh my God. I'm gonna soak these views in and try not to get rained on. Whoo! That wind is kicking. I will 100% be back here photographing the Milky Way. But I will also be 100% getting off this ridge right now. So the wind was howling up there. Now it's just red squirrels, dark-eyed juncos. That was an incredible experience. I'm so glad I went up there. I will definitely be back. I don't know how much you could hear up there with the wind. I've got 2 miles back to Mount Parker, another 1.5 miles back down to the intersection, and then a 1/2 mile out to where I want to camp tonight. That wind is whipping through here right now. I'm looking forward to dropping elevation right now and getting away from this. But I knew this was coming, which is why we didn't plan to camp out there. Got to get down in elevation, get away from the wind a little bit. Oh yeah. And then you got blue sky over here too. Maybe it'll miss us. I don't know. Those clouds really worked in, but you get these nice little patches of light. Such a beautiful view, and that's where we just came from. It's nice the cloud ceiling is still high enough where we can see peaks and actually get a view. There's plenty of times where I've come out here and you end up just in the cloud with nothing. It's so nice out here. Yeah, I think we're gonna be all right tonight. One last look at Parker. Man, I love that light. So we're finally gonna drop some elevation now. Up at around 3,000 feet at the moment. Dropping down to 15 to 1,700. That should bring a little bit different weather pattern, whether it be wind or temperature or both. But now it's all pretty much home free. You ever seen so much green? Just spotted this really cool tree branch. Look at that thing. That is gnarly. Here's another one. Not quite as unique as the previous, but oh, what does this remind me of? You ever seen the movie The Ritual? It almost looks like the monster, I guess. This is where we're gonna call home tonight. There used to be a shelter here. I think from my research they took it down in 2023. So it's nice to know that they've still got a nice area to pitch a tent. I've never been here before. My research has also led me to believe that there's water here. So that's awesome. And yeah, first order of business is going to be to find water, get this tent set up. Because even though we've had sun, we've had breaks in the wind, I definitely don't want to be stuck setting up my tent in the rain. Another new plant today. Lady slipper. All right, so I made it to the shelter area, just surveying the land here. I found a nice spot that I like, but with the wind potential tonight, this tree makes me super nervous. Like I was thinking right here would be pretty good. Looks almost like someone stayed there. But if you take a look at this tree, I'm not sleeping under that with the wind gusts that I heard up there. Although the wind wouldn't get that bad down here, which is why I chose this spot tonight. Fresh loot right there. All right, I think this is home tonight. Honestly, that other spot is the best spot that I've found, but I'm not sleeping underneath that tree. I'm sure it's fine. It hasn't come down yet, but I'm not risking it. So this is home. all set up. We've got a fire pit here. We wanted to just get some smoke going, get rid of the bugs. I'm not having any issues with the bugs on me. I did a permethrin treatment the other night. So if you're not familiar what that is, it's a spray that binds to your hiking clothes and basically keeps the ticks off you and the bugs, or the mosquitoes away. I haven't had any issues with bugs today, even though they're all around me. Nothing's really bothering me. So if you are going to do the treatment, just be mindful when the permethrin is wet, it's toxic to cats. So let things dry completely before you bring it in if you have cats. Anyway, I've got another question for you while we're on the topic of animals here. How many of you actually carry one of these? Do you do bear hangs or do you do bear can? Because for me, this thing is like all my weight. My pack was 21 pounds today. If I could get rid of this and just use a bear bag, I'd probably be cruising. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what other people do. But yeah, that was a big day. We got some pretty awesome views up there. Even though it wasn't sunny, we didn't get a chance to hang out up on the summits that much. But every day is different out here. So that was the day we were given, and we'll take it. So I just found this little piece of birch, and that'll catch no problem. And even if I couldn't find that, there's plenty of tinderhoof polypores floating around, and all I would have to do is kind of take one of those off the tree, and that would have got something going too. So this will keep the bugs away while I cook dinner, and just gonna chill out, catch my breath a little bit. Gotta go with the Alpine Air. It's right up there with Peak Refuel, and this Mexican style grilled chicken and rice. Clearly I'm on like a Mexican backpacking kick. I went with the street taco beef jerky today too, and a couple tortillas. So I'll be able to make a couple wraps. That'll be pretty good. And then for dessert, I've tried these, the Reese's Oreo. Oh, they're so good. So yeah, I'm about to get into that. Yeah, today turned out to be like a really good trip. All in all, I think just today we did 8.5 miles and almost 4,000 feet of elevation. That's a good way to kind of get back in the swing of things. I do wish I was able to spend a little bit more time up at that little knob at Resolution. That place has some serious potential for some astrophotography. But as I mentioned, I want to come at it from the other side. And I think there's supposed to be water up on Resolution. If not, I'd have to carry from here, more or less. Which is doable, but with a camera and a tripod, it's not going to be the most pleasant trip. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my food to rehydrate. I've said it in a couple other videos. I've started using this bag, especially this time of year where it's still pretty chilly. I think that'll come in handy, and then in the fall. Just gonna let this fire run while I eat, have a cup of hot chocolate, and then I'm turning in. In the morning, there's a little offshoot on the way up here on the Langdon Trail. I think it's called Cave Mountain. Depending on the weather, we might just hit that too. So, I think I'll talk to you in the morning. Well, good morning. I slept really well last night, probably straight through from 9 to about 1:30 in the morning. And then the rain started, but until then, I slept with this whole vestibule open. And I think it was close to a full moon, so it was just illuminating the neon green leaves canopy out here. Yeah, Really peaceful night. Even with the rain, I like the sound of the rain, so I kind of just laid around for the last few hours. Now I'm just listening to the ovenbirds, the hermit thrushes, even heard a couple foxes. Going to have my breakfast and just chill. It's a really peaceful morning. All right, that is me all packed up. This spot served me well. I will definitely be back here. This adventure's not over yet though. I'm gonna go check out Cave Mountain and see what that's all about. So we'll get moving now. So this is the bark that I used to get my fire started last night. Catches no problem. And then right on this tree over here are the tinder hoof polypores I had mentioned. These things work pretty good too. There's a scarlet tanager up there. Listen to his song. We made it to our turn for Cave Mountain, almost back to the trailhead. So we'll go bang this out 600-700 feet or so, see what it's all about. I don't know if we'll get a view, but on the map it looks like there's a cave, so I don't know. It's always worth going to check out. That was the steepest section of the whole entire trek. Short-lived, but steep. And we were rewarded with a magnificent view. And there is a really cool cave down there. Oh, the light is good. Well, there we go. We hit our main objective. Our secondary objective. We even hit a side quest. Full trip report will be down in the description. Quick glance looks around 12 miles, maybe 4,200 feet of elevation. Thanks for coming with me. I hope you enjoyed the scenery, and I'll catch you in the next one.